Today we come to episode 22 in our hunting all around the world, and I want to present you how we can hunt in Finland. Finland offers us a different kind of game species that we can hunt here, starting with a moose, which you can hunt here mainly on a driven hunt. Then we have the capercaillie as a bird. You can also hunt for the beaver, and you can hunt as one of the only areas in Europe also on the whitetail. Especially this is the only place where you really can hunt it on a free range versus fence, what we can also get in Czech Republic. So for the accommodation in Finland, normally we use very comfortable hunting houses, like you can see here. Often they also have like sauna and all the stuff, and you have always a full accommodation in these hunting houses so that you can fully concentrate on your hunting. How does it now look like for the hunting? First of all, a driven hunt for moose. For moose, normally we hunt in forest areas or also forest and field areas in a mixture. And the typical hunting style for moose is that you as a hunter are combined or integrated in a local hunting troop, which could be between 10 and 30 people who are all participate in the hunts. And normally you go in the area, you will be placed around the woods or in the woods where they normally expect the moose to come out. And then the beaters go into the wood with their special moose dogs. So they use normally Leicas, which have a GPS to find the moose. And then we normally hunt in the morning and in the evening during the lunchtime. In Finland, you find in most of these hunting areas, so camping spots like here, we really have some fireplaces, you have something to sit, and then you grill your sausages, you get salmon, bread rolls, and so on, so that you really hunt in the morning. Then you have enjoy your lunch break with your team, as you can see here, eating something, and then in the afternoon you continue with the hunting. Yeah, and then if you're lucky, you can then really get a moose. And here you also can see the Leica, so these moose dogs, which have the GPS. So how it works, here the guide of the dog is normally going with the dog through the forest, and then they see on their smartphone how the dog behaves. If the dog is going slowly, then they know, okay, still searching for. If the dog is running, then they know, okay, they're chasing one of the moose. And if the dog is always going in circles, then they know, okay, this dog has put a moose on the spot. So then the dog guy would pick up a hunter, and then you would try to sneak into the moose and then try to shoot it. What is important, the hunting in Finland on the moose is always on male and female. So there's not like a targeted just hunting bulls, but normally they do this driven hunt, and then you shoot calf, cows, and also the bulls. So what you can see here, this is also a typical one from Finland. So most of the moose in Finland have just the normal antlers, but you can also get like here where they have the shuffles, which can go up to 20 points and more. But this is more an exception. I mean, the majority is really more like the normal pointings, like 6, 8, 10 pointers, but not all of them have also here these shuffles. So besides hunting for the moose, which is always a driven hunt, we can also offer hunting for whitetail. And for whitetail, you again will be accommodated in a hunting lodge or a hunting house, which is close or in the hunting area. And then you drive from the hunting house to your high seat. Hunting on the whitetail in Finland, we normally do from the high seat on the feeding grounds. So in general, you're going out just before it's getting dark, and then you sit on the high seat quite in the night. And that's why it's important to also have snow and full moon to better really see the game. Yeah, and this is a typical place where you would sit. So it's a closed high seat, and it also has heating inside, either gas heating or with wood oven. And so that you really don't freeze, even if it's outside like -30 degrees Celsius. And then you're waiting here on the feeding spot for the game to come. And then you can select your proper buck, and then you can shoot it. The other option is during the day, if the temperature is not too low, then we can also do a small driven hunt here with a dachshund. And these are working also quite well. But during these driven hunts, normally the majority of the shot game is female whitetails, because especially in our area, we really do a protection of the animals to only shoot the strong bulls. So if you have like a medium age bull with only 2 points or 4 points or 3 points, then we don't shoot them. So we only start with like 8 points and above, and the spikers, so that we really get a good structure in the herds. And that's why during the driven hunt, if you have only a small area where you can shoot and check what the animal is, it's better to only shoot on the female, because it's really hard to count the antlers if they're running through a small area. Yeah, and on the left side, you see a kind of feeding spot where we put out a lot of carrots and stuff to really bring the deers to the spot, so that we can then better select them. If you come outside of the snowing area, there's also a chance to get them in the field. So we can also try this one if it's early, like in September. But the best chance is really like in November to January timeframe, when you have snow and full moon, to really hunt on them. Yeah, and then if you're lucky and you really got one during your nights, then you can get a proper one like this. And this is now a typical whitetail, how we can get it in Finland, which is an 8-pointer, quite good one. You can also get bigger ones, but this I would say is a good average, or even a better average already. So, and this is also an area where we do the driven hunts. You see the trees behind, and then the open field. So this is where normally then they bring out the moose, and then you stand here and then you can shoot. So this was a short introduction on hunting in Finland. So it offers many, many more, like also the hunting for beaver or the birds. But it's really an enjoyable hunt, and a nice area in the north of Europe.